Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Navigate the gauntlet of uncertainty the world throws at your business with SAP. Whether it's a tropical storm hitting your warehouse or a short supply of those little plastic twist ties, SAP can help you tackle those unexpected crushing setbacks with its AI-powered capabilities. To pivot to new suppliers, automate paperwork, and source the twist ties you need at the price you want, so your business can stay unstoppable. Learn more at sap.com/uncertainty.
The James Golden Show. Entertaining and informative. On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome, my friends. Our number duo here, Saturday Morning Vibe. With me, Bo Snerdley, James Golden. 800-848-9222 is how you reach us. Surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us the candidate, Jack Ciattarelli, who was running to become the next governor of the Garden State of New Jersey. Good morning. May I call you Jack? Good morning.
Absolutely, you may call me Jack, and thank you for having me on.
I saw the debates. Incredible. I want to talk about what it is that you said, some of the things you said at the debate. Before we do that, controversy is brewing. We played a sound bite earlier in the program from your opponent, Mickey Sherrill, who is claiming that your campaign, Donald Trump, are behind leaks. I hate leaks. I hate leaks so much. But this matter is now before the people of not just New Jersey, but the United States. And then we see the New York Post had a story today about her husband being involved in this issue that happened at the Naval Academy. And also that another story came out that your campaign now threatening legal action because of these claims that somehow or another your campaign, Donald Trump, involved in a leak. What's the story here?
Well, this is the ultimate spin job. There's nothing my opponent won't blame on the president. If you get a flat tire on the way home today, it's his fault. Here's the deal. She was not allowed to participate in the graduation ceremony at the Naval Academy in 1994. Her name was excluded from the commencement exercise program. And what she's now saying is, as part of the cheating scandal that took place at the Naval Academy in 1994, that the reason why she was punished by the Naval Academy is because she wouldn't turn over classmates who she knew were cheating, which, by the way, violates the honor concept at the Naval Academy. I don't believe that to be true, what she's saying, and she can clear the whole thing up by just approving the release of her disciplinary records, but she's not doing that.
Instead, what she's doing is making it about the leak, not about, and I haven't heard her say one word about the actual scandal itself. And from what I understand, whatever information, and there seems to be something about this, there was a FOIA request for information. There was a report that some agency, one of the government agencies, had released, mistakenly released information. Was your campaign involved in any of this?
Listen, there was a release of information through a FOIA request. That is a lawful request for open public records. And The agency has apologized that when they fulfilled the very legal request, that they didn't redact some information. But there was no leak.
Aha! So, this was government at work. Okay. We spent time on that. I want to move on to who you are. You said some things in that debate that really connected, I think, with a lot of people, and I want to just ask you about it. The first thing you said that struck me as very different from a message that I've heard from most other politicians, and I've been watching politics since I was a kid. You said you have no other ambitions. This is not a stepstone for you if you become governor, a stepstone into a national office. Why are you running? What is it that you want to do for New Jersey? And is that true? Is this it? You just want to be governor and then that's it?
When something I love is broken, I want to fix it. I love this state. It's been very good through Ciattarellis, who've been here for 100 years. 3 generations of us have all achieved our American dream, but I'll be 64 in a couple months, and I never remember it being this bad across the board. Taxes, spending, overdevelopment, shortage of affordable housing for young people and our seniors and our veterans and our disabled people. Nonviolent crime has spiked because we've handcuffed our police. Our public schools are failing. We slipped from 2 to 12 on the national report card. We need to fix this. And I believe that I can with the very specific proposals, and many of which I discussed at the debate. My opponent, in my opinion, is not qualified. You didn't hear one specific proposal from her, and many times she wouldn't even answer the question at the debate. So, but listen to your specificity of your question. This is my final destination. I don't want to go to Congress. I don't want to go to the Senate. I don't want to be vice president. I don't want to be president. I just want to fix the state of New Jersey. When it's all over, I'm going to the beach in Surf City.
I love that. Okay, let's talk specifically about some of these issues that you raised for a moment. New Jersey is one, like many of the Northeast corridor states that are blue or have turned blue, that are afflicted with incredibly high taxes. What are you going to do about it?
First of all, control spending. It took us 238 years as a state to get to a $36 billion budget. In 8 years under Phil Murphy, we've gone from $36 billion to $59 billion. Think about that for a second. That's 70% increase, and yet nobody's life is better in New Jersey. There's been more than $2 billion in pet work projects in the last 24 months. I don't think state government should be in the business of building French art museums or putting turf fields in the districts of Democratic legislators across the state. We got to get back to fiscal responsibility. I'll very responsibly and surgically reduce the size and cost of our state government to afford a tax cut for businesses and individuals. And with a new school funding formula, which I think is more equitable than the current one, we can lower property taxes.
And, okay, that, by the way, schools, let's talk about that for a moment. Every single, and this goes beyond blue cities, but if you look at, as I have been focusing, you have cities like Baltimore, where you have on certain grade levels, not one student passes. You have in New Jersey several cities that are run with total Democrat infrastructure. These cities are a mess, including the education. We have generations of kids, young people, that are going to be totally uneducated out of these school systems and totally unprepared to access the American dream. I don't know. This is nothing. I don't think this can be fixed overnight, but it's not even being addressed. What is your message to the people of New Jersey about how you intend to govern with cities in mind and with the education of all New Jersey students in mind?
This shrimp and coconut sauce is divine. What's your secret?
Goya coconut milk.
How does it taste so good?
It's all in that real coconut flavor and that rich, creamy texture.
What about thickeners and added sugars?
None. Just smooth, coconutty goodness.
What can I make with it?
From curries to sweet treats like coconut flan, the possibilities are endless.
Goya coconut milk. Take your cooking to the next level. No question about it. Find it in the Goya section of your local grocery store. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
At LinkedIn, we know hiring is a big deal for your small business. Sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming. LinkedIn uses data that you can't find anywhere else to give you the best candidates, all so you can feel confident you're hiring the best person for the job. And even a little hiring bliss. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/achieve. LinkedIn, your next great hire is here.
The most compelling example of what you're talking about is Newark School District. 83% of the kids are not on grade level for reading, writing, and math. And so what I can do on day one is what Louisiana did, which moved them from 48 to 32 on the national report card. What was done in Mississippi, which is referred to as the Mississippi Miracle. We're going forward with a high-impact curriculum on day one. What does that mean exactly? If your child is not on grade level for things like reading, writing, and math, we are going to expend the entire next market period and the one thereafter and the one thereafter until they are. I'm a data guy. As a CPA, MBA, I'm a data guy. The data is clear. If your child is not on grade level for things like literacy by the end of 8th grade, they will more than likely be underemployed their entire life. We need a high-impact curriculum. What we also need is school choice. That doesn't happen overnight. It's more of a midterm goal. And I visited recently a charter school in Newark where every single kid in every single grade was on grade level. A stark difference from the public school system there. So these are the things the next governor has to do. The current governor has done nothing on this subject, and my opponent won't do either, because what I'm proposing is opposed by the teachers' union leadership, and my opponent is owned by the teachers' union leadership.
Let's talk, and that, by the way, I would be anxious to see if that happens, and I love the fact that you've done the exploration into actually what works. Another question. Let's talk about
a point here.
Sure, yes, you may.
Let me make this point. Who has school choice? People that have the means.
Right.
Who doesn't have school choice? People that live in poverty. And yet the Democrats will always portray themselves as the party that better represents the disadvantaged and the marginalized and the minority communities. And yet, what is it they don't give Newark families? What is it they don't give Newark parents? What is it they don't give Newark students? They don't give them choice. Think about that for a second.
I've been thinking about that for decades. And let me tell you something. If we do not come to grips with the horror story that is happening with American public schools, this country will never live up to its potential.
We're graduating today illiterate children. I've got county clerks that tell me when 18-year-olds are coming in to vote, to register to vote, they're printing their name.
Wow. Let's talk about crime. And let's talk about crime not just in the cities, but across the state of New Jersey. What are your plans?
Cashless bail has been a failure. It was well-intentioned, but it's been a failure. It has created a professional criminal who's learned how to game the system. Talk to your local cops. Arrest, release, repeat is real. And it's demoralizing for local law enforcement to have to arrest the same person 2 or 3 times. Nonviolent crime has spiked in New Jersey because of this. Break-ins, car thefts, flash mobs on our Jersey shore, flash mobs in our malls. Take a look at what happened in Secaucus 4 weeks ago. A total lack of respect for law and order. A total lack of respect for law enforcement. We've got to get back to being a law and order state. We need to reform bail reform. And my attorney general will work with me to keep our community safe, as will the 21 county prosecutors that I support. But let me say one other thing. We need to not have sanctuary cities, nor should we be a sanctuary state. My opponent failed to answer that question last week. That only encourages illegal immigration, but more importantly, it restricts local police from doing certain things. And if a mayor wants their local PD to work in partnership with a federal agency to keep their community safe, I think they should be allowed to do so.
Who are you? What is your background? Where did you talked about this country has been good to your family. I heard you talk about this, but for those that haven't heard your background, your story, who are you?
I'm a regular Jersey guy. My grandparents immigrated to Raritan Borough over 100 years ago because somebody from their village in Italy had preceded them there. For reasons I don't know, but I'm glad they made Raritan Borough home. I've always lived in Somerset County. I'm a father of 4 children. I'm an MBA CPA out of Seton Hall University. I'm a 2-time successful business owner. I'm somebody who's had the privilege of serving at every level of government, term limiting myself each time, and at the municipal and county level, not taking the pay or the benefits. My opponent likes to paint me as a career politician. She never tells people that I've always term limited myself. She doesn't tell people I didn't take the salary benefits. Quite frankly, the amount of time I've spent serving my community in the positions I've held, it cost me money, which is very unlike my opponent, who's tripled her net worth since she took Congress and couldn't answer the question as to how she did that, and also had to pay federal fines for violating federal law on stock trades and stock reporting for a congressperson. But I'm a regular Jersey guy, and it pains me that an overwhelming number of New Jerseyans think the state is headed in the wrong direction. 2 out of 3 are looking to leave. And today, people are insecure, if not fearful, of getting the education of their dreams, job of their dreams, raising a middle-class family here, starting a business here, retiring here. I don't want people living in fear. I think leadership matters. And when something I love is broken, I'm just determined to fix it. And we can fix this.
What is it that you want? What is the New Jersey that you want? I lived in Bergen County, New Jersey for many years. New Jersey got its name, the Garden State. If you get off the Turnpike corridor and you got a chance to, if you've ever been to New Jersey, folks, this show goes many parts of the country. You might think of New Jersey, if you've only seen the Turnpike, as wow, one thing. New Jersey is such a beautiful state. What is it that you want for New Jersey?
Aesthetically, it is a beautiful state, but we need to make it a livable state again. And we've got this affordability crisis. So the very simple answer to your question is, what do I want? I want people to feel confident they can achieve their American dream in New Jersey once again. Young people, we lead the nation. When our K-12 kids go out of state to college, we lead the nation in the fewest that come back. Why is that? Because people are seeing greener pastures elsewhere. When 2 out of 3 people say they're looking to leave as soon as possible, it's because they see greener pastures elsewhere. We need to change all that. We shouldn't be chasing seniors out of their home because they can't afford their property taxes. We need to make sure that New Jersey is a place where young people want to get started and raise a family and start a business. Right now, we are dying a very slow death by 1,000 cuts. And everywhere you look, after 8 years of Democratic control of the executive branch, after 25 years of Democratic control of our state legislature, everywhere you look, there is policy failure after policy failure after policy failure.
Wow. You have said a mouthful. I'm going to invite you back. I'm also going to invite your opponent on equal time. And so call out to Mikey Sherrill's campaign. You want to come on? Come on. But, Jack, this has just been...
That's a fair thing to do.
Yeah. And I'm going to invite you back again, okay? And let's just talk further. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be with us this morning.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity to be with you and your listening audience. Looking forward to next time.
James Golden is thirdly here with you, Saturday Morning Vibe.
Thanks for listening to The James Golden Show. You can hear The James Golden Show Saturday mornings at 7. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here? This Sunday is the Tunnel to Towers Foundation Walk Run, and our team is in need of your support. Right now, every dollar counts. The WABC hosts must all rally their loyal audience to participate. Go to WABCRadio.com/walk and help your favorite hosts right here at WABC and support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Go to WABCRadio.com/walk. Help WABC raise money for the amazing Tunnel to Towers Foundation Walk Run. Go to WABCRadio.com/walk.